Wait, wait.
Okay. So, how we range our steps for. All right. So we are doing um, we are going into the second workshop. Yes. So I think the hands on. The second workshop is going to be wow. Okay. So the second workshop is going to be by if you are going to share bringing your app to life with Vertex AI. So who is this person? What is viral? She is software. If you are going to share software, machine learning, fashion, once it's known for this, everything about ethics technologies, she don't pay the educated researcher with the purpose of establishing and say, mathematics, practice plan, confidence, and political rights, strength, like the African. So I'm not sure. So just that and government to the social media, life opportunity to be back and contributing meaningfully to stakeholders. Beyond our technical abilities, here is not for I didn't know stakeholders and spend the course to support and so that's very, very important. I don't know. Well, yes, welcome. I mean, join me at the welcome, speech. Thank you very much. Thank you. My name is Peter,
Nice to meet you, Phil.
and I'll be taking us on taking us on this called bringing the life to app, shine app to Vertex AI and how it's coming to your since for this session. I'm not sure what's yeah, all the links to the slide shared after we say that to every
Registered.
follow me. Okay, let me see. Actually, I think okay, it's actually the uh just give me 1 minute. So I'm going to shortly. Yeah, I use the supposed to be this thing. I say which wait with the yeah selection. But yeah, it's for me to since I'm very tired. I've been up and down since I'm getting since Friday. So, so uh, yeah, are we all? But then it's two people that just started very quick. It was 66, I think 57, and now 69. Um, so, I'm sure like a lot of people already have comments that conversation. Yeah. So, if I can start, please, like just for me to
Found
Fill don't count. Yeah, yeah. Fill don't count things. Yeah, add an S. Sorry, please add an S. I mean, the same yes, yes, the system is very same. Just
Two of them.
fill not count. It's working on your working here. No people. Don't working. Check. Right. Are you sure it's
Vertex.
I've been AI, I've been cloud, working now, and I'm waiting up to check. So I think we can start now. All right. So um yeah. So all right. So let's go. So I said talking of bringing life. No, why did I say that? You you're bringing the app to life with Vertex AI. Um, that's the thing. Go by the thing. Uh, When I'm not programming, yeah, I'm bringing to the quite starting. So, as something that talks about skill, let's get into something. So, how can we, when we say bring your app to life, right? What does it? I mean, um, in this context, because we're talking about context, since like you even have questions, you don't need issues. So, when I say bring your app to life, right? The app on or your app will be on intelligence, not an instance. I mean, like maybe it's a regular. But what if I want to something magical, like how Gemini, ChatGPT, or right? I want my app to have life, and also I want it to be. I want people to be able to like the way that's make sure that you can shorten things and all these things. So by bringing it to life, it's basically making it about store the system and managing things to this because as human beings are intelligent, either by or like share house instance. So I'll be using Flask and then my ask my Flask, why Gemini, why well Gemini because Gemini is cool and using it and cloud because cloud is serverless and very easy to set up and you see it. I like Flask because when I was thinking of this topic, I was like Flask was the easiest for me to pick up and also I think I should come out. I also I did this to one of these conferences. I think Flask could take Flask. So I used Flask. So when I looked at it, I think I used Flask. Flask is a nice web framework. And Google is for Gemini. Well, Gemini is for tools. And Cloud Run the serverless container that does the deployment and you don't need to worry about infrastructure management. So when you have these three come, they become very, very important. So in this call, we learn how to integrate the Gemini model into class and containerize the application and to deploy Fortress on cloud. So we need to understand the stack. How many stack there is so far? Three. What are the three stacks?
Flask, and we also like this.
So Flask. So Flask is like I mentioned the slide space, Sigma and it's quick for API and AI experiments. So for example, you can use Flask, but you can use Flask API. I think one of those you can I also use Fast API, so it's not like shit anything. Except to use Java, I have to consider. I mean, you can use Java for well, something that but I'll never look at your code without I will know you are very serious. That's my big I know to blast is flexible. So not to shame Django developers, but want something Django by the time you have to set slow, blast and speed is just classical example of when you close your system or anything between all those code page and it's going to be and it's by the time back you are finished work, it's that it's approaching. So Vertex AI. So we use Vertex AI and I don't really mention Vertex AI. Mentioned this earlier when he was giving those three. I mentioned Vertex, mentioned generative AI, Vertex AI, mentioned checking. So Vertex AI gives me to Gemini. So it is basically Google's AI offering. and on cloud. So before they used to be bit scattered around, but then someone woke up on the team and said, let's put everything inside one place. And then that's how the text AI. So it handles a lot of things, and your can use some to build Vertex AI, have Python and others if you're understanding. And then you have cloud. So unlike your server setup where you have to manage your server and all those kind of things, cloud is like old and setting up everything for you. I'm not saying like you don't have to so have some people setup, but it's not as hectic as you have in server and then things boards and then you have cloud windows, all of that. So, and also if you pay only to pay by screen. I've been using cloud for 5 years now, and I don't think I've spent 50,000 and interacting with it. Yeah, a lot of things that you can cloud with. I think my favorite is becoming the big mapping, where you can map the way actual domain to cloud. So you don't have to once all this time deploy on cloud and get those very and that you also have access to the console where you can see your so once you like map the domain of cloud, it automatically see the see like your matrix on which edge comes, which is very useful. And it supports any language, just like package stuff to a container. So this is how we all connect. If you check the slide, so you have a user browser, you go to your Flask app and have a route, you have a text AI SDK. And Vertex AI SDK takes the rest takes what what you are passing, that's a post request. Yeah, push request, you pass it to uh, processing, so JSON, and that's it. And what happens to the Vertex AI side is that Gemini model, you do the AI processing for it and gets that's the API called nonsense. So you see, so it goes like this. Examples. So you can understand that's like an high level about Vertex AI, how it's all to everything. So this is where you have a cloud. This is where you have a cloud on instance. Have the and so that's how all the projects are. It's very so yeah, I don't need to talk too much. I like to write when you think me. So like Linus said, talk is cheap. So yes. So before we proceed, and just a few things, you need cloud credits. Uh, there should be some cloud credits. Even if you are supposed to share it and like I think it's like $5. You need a laptop. You need this internet. Everything proper. Right. Of what I use, that's what I'm going to. But what you know, I've been here staff, MTN, and reporting. So MTN, this is the thing. So I start to continue working. So you need Python and you need Docker. Okay, if you have Docker, that's fine. Yeah. So that's how you could understand. You can go to this link. Um, the link is on site. Sorry to all of them. Sorry, let me just so you can scan it. Yeah. So you would need something that like a code lab. So you come here. So it's you are going to be building so they will see the estimated time is 25 minutes to build this thing. Everything I'm right something right. Which is some things to so it's an AI say some scripts into documents, Vertex AI. So I mean you can read all of this. Uh, Facebook. suggest you read. So, let's start. This is not my it's related thing. So first things first, you need to set up your environment. Um, you create a Google Cloud environment. Doing that, I wish to understand the we are managed. We are not fix. I cannot say that again. So let's go to post and visited something like this. So I use cloud. You can also go to the link. I already put the link here. You can go there and just need to come to this new project. So call it so you can always change uh, project ID. So it's oh so I am creating the projects for me and project. So now ML labels and that's the project. That's something I have to do. Uh, so the next thing you have to enable the Vertex API. So you have to enable the Vertex API before you can have to open the door before you set your flash. So you click on this link and go to your Google Cloud. So it should be greeted with Vertex AI API and then click on enable.
Sorry, when under the location section, what is to be
Location for what?
like when you're filling the new projects after project name, then the location section.
Well, in this case, when you are creating the project,
Like when you're on new projects,
I didn't see that. Maybe you have designed it. Let me do it again. Oh, location, yeah. If you are not, if you don't have a workspace, like I can only Google workspace, it's always organized. So,
okay, so you can okay.
yeah. So, yeah, I have already enabled the text AI. We are about to pass. I'm so fast here. I was finished in 4 to 5 minutes. So, yeah, just go to this place, the text AI API. Click on it, click on it. For people um, that like G cloud, well, suggest you don't because except here you don't have G cloud. So it's not a every cloud station. So I'm going to go to all of this. Yeah,
Yeah, I was checking.
so you can set up your, if you want to, it's like you can, this is also optional. You don't really need to do this.
Projects.
It's not it. But I mean, if you're a cloud person, why not? So the next thing you have to do is to generate project directory. So we've already created projects, generated enabled Vertex AI. And the next thing is to create instance the project directory. So you can just copy it. Um, so, what's my next?
Yeah. So you said Vertex AI.
Am I making any more notes?
Yes.
Ah, am I
Yeah.
writing down? So I'm like, what's just looking at this chat? Yeah, I'm doing those. Where are we lost?
This Vertex AI neighbors everything.
And then put it now. Let's button, then button, press it. So it's a put it. After you like, you know what? This thing is not that serious, right? So what you do is that open it and just follow the steps. Like I promise you, if you follow everything.
Yeah.
There's no error. You not go to it because I did this thing like 10 times. or to extend before I actually do it. So when nobody is going to like, so you get there with spreading. Oh, is it in something? Just check the slide. I just go to my people, look for platform Africa 25. Yeah. So now I want to create how to create folder so that people can and I see the to the into that I'm just like going into the directory. I'm going into this directory. Now see the exchange directory. So I see the into it. After I do that, go to next, pass it then you. So the first thing you have to do is that I have to create a virtual environment. Try create a virtual environment so that I don't mix your actual environment with different. So you copy this first command here, you come to this. Make sure you are fixing notes generator directory. Do we get? Wait, I don't think people are talking. Are we following? Okay, so now yes, right. So if you are on the same page that I am, raise your hand, please. Just one, two, three. So if you are like the previous step, raise your hand. If you are still at the first step, please raise your hand. What's happening? Is it need to
Okay. So when that's set up the authentication, when you supposed to copy that?
after it's done, then this thing, I'm just trying to bring this here. It's what I'm expecting everyone just follow through. Go to this thing and we're following like everything. So we are following everything in this case. Everything, the next step, everything like it's like code like created. So that's what we do. So if you are lost, just like check it. I put on like an explanation everywhere.
So, yeah, so that's when that's set up authentication. So when we play that command.
So the command is not compulsory. If you don't have G-Cloud installed, you can always use this.
Okay.
If you have G-Cloud installed, then everyone, that was towards more clouds, speed, and combination. That's a combination. Audience. So you come here, you create your virtual environment, in your meeting rooms generator. You create your environment and the command is can you see it? The command is and just copy. After you create the virtual environment, you need to activate it. And to activate it, you come to this place and
Yeah.
paste it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Created environment. Are we still put
Support.
are we following? Am I explaining like a lot of things? If it's in 5 minutes, I will stop. Things like this that we need to be able to. So yeah, are we following? If you have network issues, can you raise your hand? So no one has network issues. So I believe like issues. So how many people on the same like page that I have right now? Okay, one, two. I need more hands. How many people are on the same page before? All right. For the rest, are we following actually? I'm actually bothered. Are we following? Uh, I'm not getting the response. Yes or no? Yes. Direct response to that. If I was sitting here and I was like this, no one will get what I'm saying. So please and please and please, like let's try to make it conversational as possible. So I've activated my virtual environment, and the next thing I'm going to ideally I should have said that I need to open my PS Code. So this is the part where everyone is supposed to like do what they open your PS Code, like or your editor. Like, so for me now, I just do this command on my command. You don't need to follow this particular thing and do. If you are paying attention, you hear what I'm saying, so I don't have to repeat. Open your your ID that is the favorite ID. For me, I use VS Code. And this is the way I've set up my terminal to only implement it. So you don't have to press codes it's installed if you don't have it installed. Or you don't have it set up. If you don't have it set up, it's going to throw an error for you. But it's going to be test you. Do we get that part? So open your own song. You're going to see it have it. So my VS Code is coming up. It's come up. And the next thing I would to come in and copy the content of the requirement CXT. So my requirement of CXT is basically the file that my system of my environment is going to be, especially when I want to install. Basically contains everything that I need to set up. So think of it, you want to create or you want to put price, maybe to love price. The requirements are obviously right. You don't want so many things that you have. I don't have to show. So copy the requirement of TXT. You come in, you, you just create the requirements TXT file. You create it and paste it in. You don't understand. Then you set the process that I will follow it. So now after we've done that, you come in and install. So how do you install packages? You use a git install and that cycle. Git install everything. So I will come here and go to my terminal and I'll paste git install like R requirement of six. And should install everything from my environment. You understand? So yeah, while I'm waiting for it to install, next thing I would verify the installation. That is not installed. So I just copy this. I wait for it. So this is installing fast. Wow. That's okay. Um, Sure. Right that time I was doing this, even have to keep like the cache. I could not use you have to actually have a copy to keep file. It's also embarrassed. So while it's installing, right, it's installing. Basically, what we've done so far is we created our Google Cloud project, created our folder, created our requirement of CST, we activated our environment, and we are now installing our requirements of CST. Are we following? Thank you. So why is it just okay? Still installing it. So let's keep on installing. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm done. That's really good. It's like the cloud. No, it's not for Poland. It's for the cloud guys. If you want to capture it. So while it's still installing, then you want to store. So no one is stuck. I'll take that. Or you are not following. So, so this is going to take a while. You see what I said is when someone say so I'll jump to the next day. So after you see minutes on line 3 of 12. So line step 3 or step 2. So after that you can verify the installation, but then the installation is going to work. Don't skip that. Then the next step is to configure the environment variable, right? So you need to configure your environment variable. And that's very simple. You need to add the project ID And your project ID can contain your Google Cloud console. Come to this place and just go to like the dashboard. Uh, so this is your project ID. I would say it's say like hold on, I want to say it. So I got project ID and project ID. So you copy project ID. Let's copy it now. So, so, uh, project ID. You go to your you create a .env file. I will put it. Yes, very good. At the store, I think people at the back don't. People at the back, I will follow you. I don't feel it. The child is right. How come I my thing? Come and explain to me. That's the experience. What do you think? So I'm waiting for that to explode. We can create our env file. So we come here, right? Come and create a .env file, and that's the env file. Basically, the env file is environment secrets so that you don't report. So so now we're going to open our env folder and we're then going to copy this, right? We copy this and just paste it here. Do we follow? So our port is 88. We're going to we're going to expose the port 88C. Our Google Cloud location is USA travel. I put that because I always use USA travel. And your project ID now is now this here. So you copy this, you copy, you delete all of this, paste it. Is that clear? Yes. Okay, so let's check this thing. Okay, now it has finished. And we can verify. We can go back to this thing here and just verify, come down, copy this, and you should see, so that can verify that cloud API platform progress. Yes, it's very small, but got this. So we've done this, we've already configured everything. And now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to create a .gitignore file. So you copy all of this. Your gitignore basically the files that your git dot track. So you're going to create that. Come and do it. And what you just paste the content. That's the end. Are we fully? Yes, it's just an step that. So yeah, that's all about that. We've never gotten to like sweet parts yet. So the next thing, we're going to create the project directory. And I thought of it and I'm like, if I tell everyone that, oh, create this particular folder and create, everybody's going to look at me and they're going to be swearing at me. So what am I going to do is just copy this command, right? And go to your terminal and then just paste it like this and press enter. It's going to create all of this stuff. So it's going to create our template folder, our CSS, it's going to create everything that we need for our uh, project. So you don't need to create any projects. So you come here and you should have something like this. All of this was created without family. I mean for you. Yes. Is that simple? Yes. Yes, we have. So we already have everything. Basically, what that command does is just create all the files for so that I don't have to tell you create app, create static, create CSS. Everything is done in that command. And then your final structure should look like this, which it looks like, right? And then you can read what key components have been notified, that's the entry points. We have to delete. we have the routes, we have the templates, that we have the starting folder, we have the local file. So we're creating the front end files for our project. So when we now go to class, we want to start writing the code or rather copying the code because I wrote code. So we come to our app. We come to our app. We see the needs here. Right? So what it does is we want to visualize our Flask application. So we just click on copy. And what we're just saying is that this is the secret here, this is the context length that we want. So I come here and I copy that and I just steal it. Then I go to my route file. My route is basically what is the route that I want. So they are going to be basically two routes here. My home route, that's I'm just trying to explain what the code is saying. My home route, transcribed route, that is the route that I'm going to read my Vertex AI and my health. I mean, LB, I don't need health, but just sit there for. But then two major routes, I need my home route and my transfer route. Are we following? All right, so I just copy the code again. I go to my app and I look for the routes to file and I just paste this. So you would see here that I wrote a prompt. This is prompt for the Vertex AI that we're going to use. That I tell it to I professional mixing, blah blah blah, to start analyze all of this. And then I ask it to analyze it. And then I pass in my transcript. I think okay, can we like I mean all photos. Some people are stopping. Some people have markets somewhere here that they don't. I know that also is not far. Which is not far. I mean like focus. Yeah. So you have to install Python if you don't have Python. So it's not. Uh, who's the Python expert saying? Or can help us projects? Anyone that can look into. Uh, I I can't. speak at this. So the thing is, I can't compete on which is what you are doing. Yeah, you can shift. Yeah, you can help thank you very much. This is for helping yeah, help exponential to all of this. So we've created our routes.py and the next thing we have to do now is that we now need to create the main application entry. Some people are still talking, some people are still talking. And I want to watch they are talking whatever let's focus. So the main.py is the application entry point, and that's what we just want to do. So you come to your app.py, so your main.py rather, and you paste the code there. So basically, what we're going to do is that we're just initializing and then we're just creating entry points for our application for Docker file and for file. That's what this part is for. Then that's basically can bring up all that is. Then the next thing to do, see, I'm almost at 5 minutes. Then the next thing for me to do is this one is not really good per se. You can run this separately. So what this is we're just trying to understand how Vertex AI works. So how does Vertex AI work? You import Vertex AI. Vertex AI library comes um, become from the generative AI platform. So if you come here and check the requirement of TXT, you see about AI platform. You also come there. You also even have Vertex AI library that you can explore. But then, since I'm using, I like using the Google Cloud AI platform because it's just remote. So what you do, is you import Vertex AI and then from Vertex AI to review the generative model for the generative model. So I'm just going to copy this something like let me just copy here uh, towards Vertex AI. So uh, if I click on this, you will see the Vertex AI generative model. can go into it. If you are like someone, if you are someone that likes to all this source code, you can always go into the source. I can see you have the generation config, you have the generation response, like several things you can do. And this is not only response. You have like several of them. So I am not that there. So that's how it works. You pass in your so when you initialize your project's ID, you initialize your application. So this project ID is what Vertex AI is. So when you provide your Vertex AI, when you project when you provide your project's ID, what happens is that it checks if it enables Vertex AI and if it can do it. So that way the initialization, that will happen in the initialization of the application project ID. And then you pass in the detail that so there are tons of videos that are used to pass. Are we following? So the prompts that I created is just for me to get the little summary, the key points, the action items, the decision made, the tips. Are we following? Yes, just saying. Are we following? I'm not I'm not giving it safe. I don't have to see. I'm a small child, I'm 21 years old. So index.html. Now I want to write the front end. So I can go this say that this front end is here because this is front end. So come here, we look for our index.html and your index to HTML is found in the templates folder under the app folder. So you come here and you just paste it. You don't need to understand. I myself, I don't understand what's going on. So you don't even ask me. HTML. Yes. So it's important. So that's my index to HTML. I copy it and the next thing I do is that I now copy my style with CSS. I copy it. I go to my style with CSS under my CSS folder that is under my classic folder that is under my app folder. I'm following pages. So say I go the store child shop for my page. So yeah, just control S, save it, CSS, I generated this AI. And that's the end, right? That's the end. You have done in this lab, but we have almost next. So we click on next and then let's run the application local case. I'm talking so much, I'm talking so much, let me just to uh, so this is how the application looks like. When you run Python, you can find notice actually. Just waiting for it to come. It was happening. So, uh, I don't know why it's taking so long. It was so while it's coming up, right? Uh, you can just try something simple, and you should be able to. When you go to this files, you should be able to see it. So when I click on this, my application here, I should see. Wow, this is wonderful. Wow, God. Yeah, the that point, you know, is there. So you come here and then you paste it and it generates materials. And you should go ahead and go able to actually state so that's not just so it's this is the sample transcript that this sample transcript that you can just copy it and let's see what will happen. Wow. Okay. Where did you do this? My what? Secret key. Oh no, I just uploaded that one like somewhere here. You mean this part? So I coded it inside. You can change it. If you change it, you have to put it in your END file and then code it. But then I'm like, if you don't change anything, it's going to work for you. But if you change it, you would have to put it in your END file and then you now go to get inside there. But then, I mean, anybody that wants to say for this application, which is not going to pay so that's why I just put it there. Uh, I think I'm here. This is the app. So you can see the work. My demo work. My demo is like ah, what the error? Yeah, yes. I think authentication. Ah, wow. Para technical shine. Ah, what? Okay. I think maybe you can just go. That means we need G Cloud. When they change them, just check G Cloud CLI. But my API, no, my secret key are students. So I mean, if it doesn't work for me, that means well, I don't think when I was doing my own emails. I mean, I do have that was after the training. So I use so I can just uh, people out say like, oh, I mean, you can get that to state, um, you can get that set of down, or you can follow through my data. What will be the whole and the thing it's setting you for CLI. And that is a big guy comparison. Uh, without it. So where am I now? In yeah, like feel like still pictures. Then I so I think I was there where working for so that the actually chicken, I'm saying, yeah, yeah, things yes, very good. So the next step now is that we are going uh I'm going to containerize our application. So the reason why we containerize is because on cloud you need to run into the container. This is server container is now we are going to somewhere. So the topic is I go to Docker file that we have here. You click on it and you paste it same. You don't need to test this code offline and you go around. You don't need to test it. You go to like normal Docker configuration thing. Uh, yeah, by the way, as I mentioned, check the Google Cloud. Come and help uh, people actually maybe you want to play this. So, this is the So, if you don't want to install Cloud, I would also join in after. So, now the next thing is that you, for this deadline, you actually need Vertex AI. Somewhere else. uh, So, right. Uh, so, this directly understand because everybody wants to think of who doesn't want to, don't worry, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to resource it. I'm serious, I'm planning. People don't have this. So really we all want to try to think of right. Great. So I go to my rep, I actually pushed this best best to endlessly. I don't like it. Let's start seeing how no it's not for side. And so just go to my next uh, okay, so yeah, this is the repo that I'm going to deploy. It's the same thing to check this, the same thing I have. So I'm going to deploy this for my application. And so I'm going to be deploying this like app. I will follow it. Like people are very strong. So you can test locally, that's optional. I'm not saying you should do it or you want to do it. You can do it in the function. Then I click on it and I deploy to the cloud. So this is the fourth part. I need everyone to like can we all like looking at this part? I know that the other parts like I need everyone to focus on this cloud part. But I'm not going to be answering so many questions. People will have questions but please let me look at things. So we're going to be deploying to cloud right? And it's very easy. So we're going to do the hands-on that we say what to do now. So you come here and you look for cloud, click cloud. Please, I need everyone to pull. I'm going to like very good experience. So you come here and click on cloud, you open it up and create something like this. So when you are in here, tells you deploy your website. You can actually either deploy web service or say your repository or your container or whatever. And what it does is that it just click on connect repository, right? So when you click on it, connect repository, you have to get to cloud. Cloud build is not completely your repository, so you deploy to cloud. So you click on GitHub, then you see set up with cloud build. You click on it, consider as well step by step. And my opportunity provider right now, they only provide from GitHub. So I come here, still enabling APIs, but that's by the way. They are the labeled APIs. So can we see what happened? Just for you. So I come here, I look for the repository. The repository name is platform Africa 25. I look for you. I click on it. I have said because I have the choice. And then I click on it. And that's it. So now it is going to pull the code from my source repository. So on any push or on every push that I make, it's automatically deploys. That's how we do it normally. And I like changes. So I'm going to leave the default because I follow the default. It's building from my main branch and using the Docker file. And this is where my Docker file is located. It's located in my root folder. If your Docker file is located in another application, you put the application for I use the root folder for it. And I click on save. The save. save this. Yeah, whatever. So I click on it, and with that, let me do this. So this is the source repository that is always going to use. So you can see the cloud view trigger will created in order to automatically build and deploy code. So now what the name of the service, I can leave it as ML because of. So what's the region? I'm using US. So I come here and I pick US in one. And then it says authentication, allow public access. So there's not going to be any authentication on my URL, right? So being request is only when uh, format API. Do you understand what I'm doing? That's the whole setup. I don't need to like set up everything. So enable auto scale. I don't want to put in the number of instances. If I want to do this, I can do. While I don't have the idea of what's happening. So I auto scale and then I allow it. And when I'm now down and I come to this place and I click let me stay there. Look at the place. Yes, variables and secrets. So I come to variables and secrets. I click it from this place. So I click down here. I come to variables and secrets, and I go to my I go to my folder. Are we following one?
Yeah.
Then follows where no one is just. So you come here, you control A everything, you control C, you come to this place and you click on add variable and just control B. And you can save a report. Let me just do this. So I have this here and that's all actually. Then I just click on create. Are we following?
Yes.
So that's basically what happens. So you will see that it's deploying explosively. So so it's deploying and when it's done deploying, I can view. So you see it's saying building and deploying for military loads. So you click on this place and you can see this is the cloud view. So people that are interested, you can always follow the cloud view. So if the cloud view fails, that particular view is not going to fail you. And view can trigger it. That's what many things. I'm not going to like walk us through this thing because it's like another like something you're preparing. I said people have like what the whole explain it to you. But then it's deploying and when it's done deploying on cloud, that's when like it's going to work on cloud. So if the build should fail on cloud build, it's going to fail on cloud build. We understand. So now it's taking some time to do and it's already at step one. It's at step one and then it's pushing, it's now at step two. So this is the second step and it's pushing, so it's deploying. So when it's done, I just go back to my cloud over 10%. So we have to wait for cloud build to finish. That's what we're waiting for now. And when it's done, we now go to the cloud. So it's like people, you better be from uh, really understand. So it says download complete. So we're waiting for it to finish deploying. Once you finish it, you can also see from this point here, right? When it's done deploying, it's going to you're going to see it here that it show a green or a red. If it shows red, you check the logs for what's built. If it shows damage. So we're still here and still preparing. So now we are done building my 3 steps have been successfully passed. And then I come here and anytime from now, it's until completed. So you can see where my cloud finishes. That's when my cloud run is going to finish. And if I come here, I just go to this. I click on it, and it's going to practice this. I'm too good. Then please. I'm good. Can you see? So yeah, I've tried it, and you can also screen test with our you can test it and you click on and this is URL and this is storage URL. And that's how it's cloud on. I really do not have to do a lot of things. And I have experience here. I have okay. So you can see how easy it is with cloud on and using cloud for listening to anything. So I think that brings us to an end. That's the end actually. And finally we have to do that over and over. Right? And yeah, I'm just finishing that. That's the question time actually. So some of my projects that is on this class, Vertex AI, that's the Gemini and cloud. That's the three things we are also now. Some AI that is it's a dog to our also and then they have travel program. So yeah, thank you very much. We have a question. Thank you. Let me now check the questions first. I'm the one answering the question. Sorry, give it a check. Sorry. So um yeah, we had how do I change my URL on cloud? What did we change? Is it like do we particular URL? Is it this one you're talking about? Oh, you can't change it. It's just like okay, it's not like it. You can't change it actually. It's there. So the only way you can change is the map everything. So you have to map everything to going to the outside the memory. So does anyone still have it? If you have any questions, please paste it here. I don't see any questions. So that means I think you have your body tell you what you're going to do. So I think that's good. So yes, thank you very much. Everyone. Happy. Yeah, the good one. So since I'm the one that is charge of doing everything here. So yeah, what's going to happen now? Okay, can record you. So, let's start with